Hello, so today I'm getting my Corona vaccine, which I'm weirdly excited for. So yeah, if you like this video, please like and subscribe and let's get started. I have just filmed this clip, but I was honestly talking about like 100 miles an hour, so I'm gonna chill out a little bit. So if you're wondering how am I getting the vaccine, because I'm only 22, basically at the moment they're vaccinating everyone in group 4, which is everyone I think aged 16 to 60 or something with underlying health conditions. I have epilepsy, so that is like a lifelong condition. I can't get rid of it, so apparently it makes me more susceptible to like the bad COVID reactions. I don't really know. So yeah, a couple of weeks ago, both my mum and my brother, they both have epilepsy as well. They both got the vaccine like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, oh god, what should I do? Because obviously I was signed up. I'm going to put you down because it's really hurt my arm already. I haven't vlogged in so long. Is that okay? Ooh, okay. Yeah, so yeah, obviously my mum and my brother both got text to book their vaccines, and I was like, oh my god, what do I do? Because obviously I was signed up to my doctor's in Bath, because obviously I go to uni there, but obviously I've been home for like maybe almost 4 months now due to lockdowns. And I was like, can they just send one over here and I get it done here, sort of thing. So I spoke to my doctors here first, because I do get my prescription sent here. So yeah, I spoke to them first. I was like, look, I'm getting my prescription sent here, but I'm still signed up to my Bath doctors. And they were like, oh, I don't know what to do about the vaccine, sort of thing. So they said, ring up your doctors in Bath and see what they say. So I rang up my Bath doctors, and they basically said, oh, if you want to get your vaccine done like somewhere else in the country, you need to sorry, I just got a text. Yeah, they said if you want to get your vaccine done in another part of the country, you need to sign up to the doctors there. I was like, right, okay. So about 2 weeks, yeah, so about 2 weeks ago now, I rang up my doctors here. I was like, look, I need to get my vaccine done here, I need to sign up. So I had to send off like proof of address, proof of identity, all that sort of thing. And I didn't really hear back from them. I was like, oh, I don't really know what to do. But yeah, so in the meantime, a text from Bath came through saying, you can book your vaccine now. I'm like, I'm not in Bath. So I rang them up again like a few days later. I was like, look, I've just got the text, but like I'm literally not in the country. I'm not in the county. I'm not travelling 2.5 hours across the country to get my vaccine. So they were like, right. They said, what we do, they said, we'll take you off our records just so it'll make the process quicker on the Surrey end. And she was like, I'll cancel the appointment, don't worry. But she said it does take like 2 weeks for the like registration process to happen or something. So I was like, okay. So yeah, and then last night, which was the 3rd of March, I want to say. Yeah, today's 4th. So yesterday on the 3rd of March, I got a text through about 8 PM saying you can now book your vaccine in Surrey, which I'm like, thank God. And also it was really good because basically my mum and my brother both had to go to Guildford to get theirs done. We don't live that far from Guildford, like a 20-25 minute drive from Guildford. But obviously my mum works 4 days a week, so she was like, if you can get it done closer to home, because like my mum goes into work 2 days a week and works from home the other 2. She was like, if you can get it done like closer to home and just walk there, that'd be easier. And luckily when I booked it yesterday, there was like a vaccine place in my local area, so I can literally walk there in about 20 minutes. So I'm like, perfect. And there was availability for today, so I was like, amazing. So I'm getting my vaccine done at 10:30. What's the time now? Sorry, the clock's behind. Yeah, it's like 20 to 10 now, but as I said, it takes 20 minutes to walk there. And I thought I would like just chat through what's happening now. And I'll probably leave about 10, just so I'm there on time. I know vaguely where the church is. Yeah, they're doing vaccines in the church, but anyway, I know where the church is, but I was like, I'll just leave early so I'm like actually there on time. I know from my mum and my brother, they both had to wait 15 minutes after their vaccine was done because they got the Pfizer one, which means apparently there's more likely to be allergic reaction to it. So they make you wait 15 minutes just in case anything happens, but if not, you're free to go home. So yeah, obviously I don't know which vaccine I'm getting. There's 2 you can get in the UK. There's the AstraZeneca and the Pfizer one. From what I've seen, most people seem to get the Pfizer one. I think that's what my dad got as well. And my grandparents both got the Pfizer one, so who knows, I might just be the odd one out, but obviously I'll let you know which one I've got after it. But yeah, that's the situation. As I said, I've never been so excited to get like a vaccine in all my life. Like, to be honest, I'm not really a person who is scared of needles or anything. I won't actually film the process of the vaccine because I know that can be quite triggering. But yeah, like honestly, needles, blood tests, vaccines don't really bother me. Like I know they're there to make me better sort of thing, so I'm just like, do it, whatever. Like, which I remember in school when like quite a lot of people would get really scared of vaccines, which is like fair enough, I understand. But I'd honestly be usually one of the first people just to, like, I remember the cancer ones, I'd literally be the first girl to go, just get it done. I'm like, I honestly don't care, just stab me. But yeah, sorry this intro is really, really long. But yes, I'm going to go get the vaccine and I'll update you after. Also, this is what I'm wearing. I feel like I've worn this like a lot, but I thought for today for a vaccine it's quite easy because like obviously it's quite warm, but I can just take off, you know, to get my vaccine done. I'm not like showing everything. So yeah, this is from River Island and these jeans are ASOS. They are a bit short on me, but don't really care. They're comfy, so yeah. Right, I'm literally filming this video for like 3 different channels, so sorry if you've heard me repeat myself. So yeah, I've just come back from the vaccine I had it about an hour ago now, and to be honest, it was actually okay. It felt like a normal flu jab, like, because I said, like, vaccines, blood tests, needles don't really bother me anyway. I will say I was definitely the youngest in there by probably about 20 years. Even when I sat down to get the vaccine, she was like, how old are you? And I was like, I'm 22, but I have epilepsy. She was like, oh, that makes sense. I was like, yeah. So yeah, she's asked me a load of questions like, am I pregnant? Absolutely not. Do I have any allergies? I was like, no, and like just things like that. So I got the AstraZeneca one, which I'm the only one I really know who's had it. Most of my family have the Pfizer one, so we will see how that goes. So yeah, I've got the little card here, and then I also got like a big leaflet of all the potential side effects. So she said the most common one obviously is a really heavy arm. You might just feel unwell for the next 24 hours. She was like, don't push yourself or anything. And I was like, to be honest, I don't have uni on a Friday anyway, so if I feel ill tomorrow, it's not the end of the world. I do have a seminar like 1 till 3 today, so we'll see how that goes. Like I'll turn up, but I feel alright at the moment. I know usually with the flu jab, which I get every year, I usually just feel a bit hot and cold for like 24 hours. So I assume that'll be the same now, but my arm feels alright. I was a bit hot when I got in, but that's probably just from walking home. But yeah, it felt really safe. It was actually done in my local church, which was a bit odd. There was quite a few people just like marshalling to make sure we're all distant. So I kind of went to like laptop, and someone asked like my name, like for an emergency contact if anything happened. And then I sat down like a waiting area, and then I went over to a lovely lady who did my jab and just asked a few questions and stuff. Also, if you're a uni student, obviously I did ask this question because I had to change my doctors because I was obviously back home. She said, oh, if you do go back to uni, she's like, don't change your doctors again, or just confuse things. She's like, obviously you'll have the vaccine in like 12 weeks time. She's like, just come back home for it, it should be alright by then. I was like, okay. So yeah, that was it really. And she said you can sit over there, like, and there's like a different waiting area, so you can sit over there just for a few minutes if you just want to make sure you feel okay to go home. And she obviously asked if I was driving. I was like, no, I'm walking. But yeah, that was it really. Yeah, so I did sit down in the waiting area just in case I felt dizzy, but to be honest I didn't. So I just texted my family and friends like, yeah, I've had the vaccine, and then I just kind of walked home, and that's where I am now. It's like 11:20. To be honest, I usually have lunch at like 12, so I feel like there's no point really starting any work now. But yeah, I might finish this vlog off tomorrow and just let you know how I feel like 24 hours later. But yes, that was it. My advice would be like, don't be too worried about it. As I said, I had the AstraZeneca one, and like I feel okay at the moment. It's been like an hour. If you're used to normal vaccines, it just feels the same as a normal vaccine. I usually just look away from the needle because like who wants to be seeing that go into their body. But yeah, so, like, vaccines don't really bother me in the slightest anyway, but it might be different if you're scared of needles, which is fair enough. But yeah, that's my little update. Sorry if the camera's shaking, I do feel quite cold right now. As you can see, I've got my dressing gown on. Yeah, so it's like 3:30 now, so it's been exactly 5 hours since I had the jab. Sorry, I literally feel so cold. Yeah, I think I managed to sit through my 2-hour seminar, which was fine, but now I've stopped, I'm like, yeah, I don't feel great. Like, I don't feel like I've got a cough or anything, but I just feel a bit cold, achy, you know what it's like. But I get this with the flu jab anyway, so it's to be expected. So I'm not doing any work this afternoon. I'm just gonna sit, watch a bit of YouTube, try and warm myself up, might make myself hot chocolate. But yeah, I'll update you tomorrow. Hello, it's been nearly it's 9:30 now. I had my vaccine at 10:30 yesterday, so it's been nearly 24 hours since the vaccine, and you can kind of tell on my face, I had an awful night's sleep, like honestly. I can't remember the last thing I filmed, it might be when I was like shivering. But yeah, yesterday evening I just felt progressively worse. I felt really hot and then I felt really cold, so I just couldn't settle down. I barely ate my dinner because I didn't feel hungry. I had like an awful headache. Like, I'm not a headachy person at all, I rarely get them. But even when I was drinking water and stuff, I just felt awful. I literally went to bed at like 8:30 last night, because I just felt like just, it even hurt my eyes just like trying to concentrate on the TV screen. I was like, right, I just need to go to bed. So yeah, I took 2 paracetamol before I went to sleep, so that definitely helped me go to sleep, sort of thing. Then I woke up again about 3 a.m. Like my whole body was just like really aching, and because obviously I'd been drinking so much water, I needed to go to the toilet a couple of times, so yeah, so I just felt really achy and horrible. I tried to like change my position in bed, but it didn't really help. And then like my lower back was really hurting, like my bum area. I was like, why is that? Went to the toilet, I was like, oh, here comes my period. So yeah, on top of all that, my period came last night as well, so that was amazing. So then I took, about 4 a.m, I took 2 ibuprofen, because that's the only thing that really helps me when I'm on my period. Yeah, so then I always find it takes about an hour for that to kick in. Yeah, so that was like, yeah, I think last time I checked my clock it was like 4:30, and then I didn't wake up again until about 8:30 this morning. So yeah, a lot of sleeping was well, not really. I think there's probably like 2 or 3 hours where I didn't sleep. I was just really uncomfortable. And yeah, the first time I went to the toilet in the night as well, I was really sweaty, because that's the thing, I never really experienced it before, but like when I was down here on the sofa last night, like my body was like red hot, but I wasn't sweating, I was just really hot. But yeah, when I actually went to sleep and I woke up the first time, I was just in like a pool of sweat. It was kind of disgusting. But yeah, so I just felt really achy and horrible, and even now my legs still hurt, but I did do a leg workout yesterday, so it could be that. But yeah, I feel okay now. I feel a bit tired, as you can see, I think just because of my interrupted sleep, but I didn't manage to do any work yesterday. I did go to my uni seminar, but then after that I started to feel really like run down, and she did say, the nurse said to me yesterday, she was like, don't push yourself too much in the next 24 hours, she was like, just rest, otherwise it'll make you feel worse. So I think today is just going to be a write-off. I'm not going to do any uni work or any of my like social media work, and I told my work and they were absolutely fine about it. So yeah, in summary, the AstraZeneca, as the actual jab was fine, but then I'm not bothered by needles in the slightest. Like, jab me, take a blood test, I don't really care. But yeah, the actual side effects were horrible. Oh, did I say my mum is on a work call? That's, if you can hear that. But yeah, it was definitely the worst vaccine I've had side effects wise. Like, as I said, last night especially, I was just like, oh god, I thought it just felt never ending how hot and cold I was. The body temperature is definitely back to normal now, which is good, but I still just feel a bit tired and out of it. So yeah, I'm gonna have a chill day today. As I said, I don't have any seminars, which is good. Yeah, I'll probably just continue watching YouTube, do a bit of reading, and yeah. I hope you liked this video. I hope it didn't scare you too much. As I said, I think the Pfizer vaccine and the AstraZeneca one are very different vaccines. As I said, literally all my family members have had the Pfizer one, and I had the AstraZeneca, which is really odd. But yeah, when my mum and my brother both had the Pfizer one, they've had a really sore arm. But like, this is the arm I had it in, and it really doesn't hurt to move. Like, usually when I get a vaccine, my arm like kills, but my arm is not hurting today. But I know with the Pfizer one, like, my mum had a really sore arm, and she just mainly struggled to sleep on her arm, but I didn't really have that issue. It was just more like my chest really hurt, and then my legs really hurt, sort of like when you get a flu. But then all the people I know who have had Pfizer, they didn't really have any side effects, whereas obviously the AstraZeneca, there are more side effects. But the nurse yesterday did tell me that the reason why I got given the AstraZeneca is because apparently if you're on regular medication, they prefer you to have AstraZeneca. But I'm like, both my mum and my brother and my dad actually are all on regular medication. They got the Pfizer, so I don't really know. Maybe it's just my medication. Oh, no, the dogs. Everyone is so noisy this morning. So yeah, I don't really know, but as I said, I would rather be ill for like 24 hours and not get coronavirus, sort of thing, or spread it around. But yeah, I would say take the vaccine. Like, as I said, I felt ill for like 24 hours, but I'm feeling better now, and I'm sure I'll be back to normal tomorrow. But yes, I hope you like this little vlog. I hope you found it interesting / helpful if you're due to get the vaccine or if you're worried about the vaccine. As I said, it wasn't the most pleasant experience, but you're kind of over it within 24 hours. So yeah, please like and subscribe if you did like it, and I will see you soon. Bye.